Blog Talk Radio.
And welcome to Blog Talk Radio and How to Be Comfortable in Your Own Shoes. It's a beautiful Thursday, May 6th, and once again, we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, as I do every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. And we'd love to hear you. We really would hear from you. We really would. We want you to call. We want to see that switchboard light up. So if you'd like to call in to listen or ask questions, please do so at 347-857-2710. Again, that number is 347-857-2710. We are here live until 3:45 p.m. Pacific Time. So we're going to have a blast today because I have a very special guest. And my guest has the ability to make you feel very relaxed and aid you in making your life easier and effortless. He has been a hypnotherapist for over 20 years, solving his patients' personal and business problems from insomnia, procrastination, and much more. So at the snap of his fingers, you are about to get under his healing spell, so please give a nice warm welcome to hypnotherapist Marc Gravelle. Hey, Marc.
Hi, Lauren.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing great.
Beautiful. Well, there's the show. That was it. That was pretty good. I don't know how you hypnotized me so fast, but you are.
No, I didn't.
Terrific.
No, I really appreciate your having me on.
Oh, absolutely. I find it fascinating. I'm always interested in seeking alternative ways for people to help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just it's the whole kind of mind, body, and soul. It's not just a pill.
Right.
To make you feel better or deal with your issues, but there's so many other avenues to explore, and it's fascinating. And I'm glad you're here to share what you do with our listeners. So,
okay.
Why don't we start with defining what hypnosis is?
Well, that's a very good question.
Bingo, got a good one.
No, hypnosis is a very natural state of mind. For instance, and the public has incredible misconceptions of what it really is because of the way it's dealt with in movies, and stage hypnotists actually aren't much help because they give the impression they can hypnotize anybody, and they really can't. If you want, I'll tell you the dirty little secret of stage hypnotists.
Oh, I'd love the dirty little secret, because I was wanting to ask you, because I'm sure, like you just said, there is some confusion about what you do, and perhaps
right.
Who was it? Was it what was his name? Ireland, Dr. Ireland? Who was
I'm not sure.
But I know there was Pat Collins. She was the hip.
Pat Collins, yeah. She was called the hip hypnotist, but she was a stage hypnotist. She was actually a very good stage hypnotist.
Yes. So was she, in your eyes, legit as a hypnotist, or no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She was very good. But here's the so-called secret. About 20% of the population are what are known as somnambulists. In other words, they're just very naturally deep hypnotic subjects. These are the people who may have a tendency to walk in their sleep. They're actually not in sleep. They're actually in hypnosis. But that's about 20% of the population. So if you had, say, a crowd of, say, 200 people for a stage hypnotist, about 40 of those people are going to be somnambulists. Now, out of those 40 people, the job of the stage hypnotist is to find those somnambulists in the audience. And one of the ways they do that is when they do their initial presentation, they'll make certain body gestures and be observing the audience for who's literally mimicking those gestures. because those people are going to be very suggestible to the hypnotist.
Wow, that's very interesting. I mean, they don't have much time while they're entertaining you on one hand to be able
That's
to
right.
scout.
Well, they do. They also do some tests with people to decide who they're going to eventually use. But it's usually the somnambulists who are basically outgoing, extrovertish types who really like attention drawn to them. So, but once the stage hypnotist has like 5 or 6 volunteers, he will always take them backstage out of sight and do what's called deepening them, get them to go even deeper. And he'll give them some suggestions that whenever you hear me say the word sleep, all of you will close your eyes and lean over on each other. And then he'll say, now sleep. And they all do it. And it looks very impressive. They're actually having fun. They're not asleep at all, but they are in hypnosis and they're having a lot of fun. But the impression he gives is that he can do this with anybody, and he can't. The reason he can't is that, like I said, 20% of the population are very deep hypnotic subjects, and one of the things that makes where I teach hypnotherapy unique is a concept called suggestibility. And so, in suggestibility refers to how we take in verbal communication. Some people take more verbal communication in directly and literally. Now, this is especially true of children. You know how literal they are and how gullible they are.
Right.
Now, so that's about 40% of the population. The other 40% of the population takes more of their information in, we use the term inferentially. It's when you're looking for the meaning behind what's being said. Okay? And up until my mentor established this concept of suggestibility, it was thought that only a small portion of the population could be hypnotized. But it's really not true. So what he came up with is what he calls an inferred arm raising test. That's the actual process that I use and we teach at the Hypnosis Motivation Institute in Tarzana to hypnotize people, because we use inferences as well as direct and literal suggestions.
Well, because I think you occasionally come across maybe some people. Oh, I don't believe in hypnosis. It never worked on me.
Right. That's a very common thought. But what most people don't actually realize is that in order for a person to get to sleep, you actually have to go through a light stage of hypnosis. All right. So if you got to sleep last night, congratulations, you're a good hypnotist. You hypnotize yourself.
Okay, I'm a professional. Look at that.
I don't know about that, but
personally,
but that's how people.
I am, right?
Yeah, but that's how people get to sleep. In fact, here's an interesting concept. I do help people with insomnia, and what most people don't realize is there are actually 4 stages that people go through in order to attain what I'll call unconscious sleep, where you're really not conscious, you're really, really asleep. Okay, and those 4 stages are, think about what happens to us when we go to bed.